I felt I had a glow about me. I felt like Nicole Kidman in that AMC movie commercial. Just a light in my eye. Even heartbreak feels good in a place like this. I'm getting all excited. I'm looking for the right video, all the thumbnails. I find one I think is going to be good. I press play. He's British, which is great. I love British accents. I was not expecting a British accent. And also, he's so British. He's like Adele British. The first video I press play on, he goes, "All right, you want to watch me put this fucking dildo up my arse?" So, I just jacked off to Downton Abbey. It's like 8 seasons of that shit. No, I like accents. He seems like a hardworking guy, but I do. I like accents. My ex-boyfriend had an accent. He had a Spanish accent. He's from Spain. Actually, he's from Venezuela. Then he escaped, so now he's in Spain. And we're still friends. But the thing is, I realize when you date someone who has an accent, there's certain things you can't do. So you cannot role play. You can't. I mean, you can, but anything I wanted him to be, he had to be the Spanish version of that thing. We tried once. I was like, all right, you can be a cop. And then midnight rolls around. He's like, "You are under arrest." Just stick it in. No, but it's been a very good year. I'm having a lot of fun posting online. I didn't think I would. And, I'm really enjoying... I'm making all these, pasta videos that I'm really enjoying. Thank you. Grazie. Per Italia. I want to write a book called I'm Not a Chef, and in the parentheses says I'm not an author. Isn't that funny? No? Okay, my manager hates it. No, but I love doing all these pasta videos. And here's the thing, is that the first video I made was about how to make a more authentic version of carbonara. That dish has really sort of lost its way throughout the world. It's been twisted. And not even just America, every country. They add cream, and they add milk, and they add peas, and they add onions, and bacon, and Parmesan, and it's all raw, fresh pasta. Don't use fresh pasta in fucking carbonara. If you want to make the sauce creamy, just use the hot pasta water with the mixture of egg yolk and pecorino cheese, and then it'll be more flavorful. Welcome to my TED Talk. And it's just better, so stop ruining the dish. So the first video I made was that, how to make a real carbonara, right? I'm very proud of it. I post it. I go to sleep. I wake up the next morning, and the first comment is so long, it looked like a CVS receipt. So I'm going to read it to you. Okay, so the person that wrote me, their name is Queer Feminist. Now hear me out. I am queer and I'm a feminist, okay? But I feel like we agree. If you're gonna go as far as to naming yourself Queer Feminist on Instagram, you're probably not fun. Do you know what I mean? If you're at a party and someone's like, "Oh, Queer Feminist is coming," you're like, "Ah, shit, we can't say anything." You know what I'm talking about. Okay. So, Queer Feminist writes, she goes, "At Mateo Lane, I am glad to see a renowned comedian cooking a delicious carbonara. But my heart ached when I saw you throwing the egg whites away. I have never met anyone in my life who has used the phrase, 'my heart ached,' ever. Ever. I don't even think Shakespeare said it. When I read 'my heart ached,' I wanted to stop reading and write back, 'faggot.'" So it gets worse. She goes, "I know I'm not in a position to lecture you." Okay. "But you must consider to keep the egg whites separately in a bowl and give it to someone who needs it." Can you imagine? I take 2 egg whites. I put them in a bowl. I walk down 6 flights of stairs. And by the way, if you don't know those are egg whites in a bowl, I'm just holding cum in a cup. And how rude would I look if I walk up to a homeless person? There you go. Yeah, it's delicious. No spoon, just suck it up. Yeah. No, I had the carbonara. That's for you. I know, I saw you from my home and my heart ached. Can I have the bowl back, actually? You know what's funny? When stuff like this happens, I usually text my friend. You guys know Nicole Byer, the comedian Nicole Byer? Okay. So, Nicole's one of my best friends. So, whenever stuff like this happens, we always screenshot these comments and send it to each other. So, when I got this, I was like, I've struck gold. So, I screenshot it, I send it to Nicole, and then I just hear nothing back. And I'm like, oh, I guess she didn't think it was funny. Then at the end of the day, I get a notification on Instagram, and it goes, @Nicole Byer has commented on Queer Feminist. Oh, yeah. So I go and I look, and Nicole goes, "You're right, Queer Feminist. Mateo Lane is a vicious, selfish monster who should have donated those egg whites to a needy bodybuilder." That's cute, right? That's a funny joke. And then Queer Feminist still not getting it. She writes back, she goes, no, Nicole, there's no reason to shame him. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So, Queer Feminist, if you're watching, thank you for bringing me so much joy. Thank you. Well, I say that because I've been running this joke for the past couple of months, and then people at my shows are going online, looking at the comments, finding Queer Feminist, then commenting on it. And so she commented the other week, and she goes, did something happen? Yes, something did happen. No, her heart was in the right place. I get it. The thing is, like, with this cooking show that I'm doing, it really harks back to my love of cooking shows when we were younger. I mean, the Food Network used to be it. It had all these great cooking shows, and now it's the most stressful channel on the planet. Every show, it's like some kind of war, a cupcake war, sugar war, chocolate war. Can we use another word besides war? Can you imagine being a vet coming back from Iraq after 3 tours and you're like, war sucks. And then some middle-aged wife in Minnesota's like, I know. Sugar war 9-2, lost a foot. You know, it's like, it's a diabetes joke. Anyway, yeah. So just use another word. And the thing too is, like, if I'm gonna watch a cooking show, I don't watch American shows anymore. I only watch the Great British Bake Off. The Great British Bake Off. If you've not seen the British Bake Off, it's literally British people in their early hundreds baking in a field. It's amazing. First of all, it's the opposite of American cooking shows. They're so nice to each other. They're so, like, you'll see them, they'll be like, I haven't finished. If anyone's finished, could you please help me? And I'm watching like, you're gonna get shot. No, because American cooking shows now, it's like Chopped is sort of like the standard of an American cooking show, right? Where they take 3 chefs, or prisoners, it doesn't even matter at this point, and they give them impossible tasks. They're like, today you have to make 15 cupcakes in 10 minutes. Or you die. Also, you can only use these 2 ingredients: eel and duct tape. But that's the thing, man. With American shows, not just cooking shows, reality shows in general, we don't care how good you are at your craft. We care about what horrible thing happened in your life and how do we exploit that for the rest of the season. God forbid you've had cancer. You'll be Cancer Girl the whole season. Episode 1, Sandra, cancer survivor. And they use it too. The judge were like, well, you burnt the butter. But I have cancer. It's like, oh, shit. So the British Bake Off, the exact opposite. They had a woman the whole season. She had one hand. They never brought it up. And there'd be episodes where she's like, I just couldn't get the dough right. Yeah. The whole season, yes. And I'm the sick American. I'm waiting for the story, right? They never get to it. I'm like, was it a shark attack? Was it a car accident? Just nothing. She made it to the top 3. And I remember the final episode. Do you guys know Michelle Wolf, curly redheaded comic Michelle? All right, so her and I are obsessed with the British Bake Off. And I remember the final episode, I just get a text from Michelle. It's a little voice memo. I press play and she goes, what happened to the hand? We're sick. Americans are sick. And I also have to watch that show with subtitles. Does anybody else? Yeah. For the most part, you can understand them, but there was this one woman, her name was Rosie, loved her. She was a vet. Remember Rosie? But every time she talked, I didn't know what the fuck she was talking about. They'd be like, okay, Rosie, what are you making today? What am I taking off? Bobby, 7 up in 2 in 4, lots of 7 up in 5. 25 minutes later, I'm like, oh, she was making a chicken. But that's the thing. We watch that show because we love how they sound. We think the accents are endearing. And I don't think it's the opposite. I don't think that British people are watching American TV thinking we sound so cute. There's no British couple at home who's like, darling, come to the telly. You must see this adorable woman. She's the most beautiful way of speaking on a show called Judge Judy. Have you seen these people on Judge Judy? They're like Beetlejuice characters at this point. Just, Your Honor, my name's Darlene. I work at the Wawa. I'm suing my neighbor for taking a shit on my shoe. God, have you any shame? I miss those old cooking shows. The Barefoot Contessa, I miss, where'd she go? I know, I love her. What happened to a show about a 2-foot-tall woman who just wants to make chicken for her gay husband, Jeffrey, on Fridays? I love that show. Yes, she's a great cook, but also I love how out of touch with the real world she is. Do you know what I mean? She's been in the Hamptons for so long. I don't even think she knew there was a pandemic. I think she just walked around for 2 years in the Hamptons like, it's quiet out today. My favorite quote from the Barefoot Contessa, sometimes people don't think it's funny, but this is for me. So every time she opens her show, they always give like a little story. Do you know what I mean? Like this kind of theme or something. So one time this is how out of touch she is with the real world. She was giving the intro and she goes, my husband Jeffrey's out of town, so I have some friends over to play cards. And you know what they say? While the cat's away, the mice do like to have lots of fun. That's wrong. But I also love that she's a gay icon. I mean, it's so hard to describe gay icons to straight people, isn't it? They just don't get it. Like, I don't understand. Maleficent, Miss Piggy, and the Barefoot Contessa are all... They're all gay. I'm like, yes. Like, well, why Maleficent? I don't know. She's got horns and she's a cunt. That's all it takes. But certain cooking shows, I just can't anymore. You know, it's Rachel Ray. Are we done with Rachel Ray? Yeah. Right? My God. And I don't hate Rachel Ray, but I saw this poster of her in Times Square, and I was like, you know, cooking with Rachel Ray, and I was like, she's cooked enough. Also, she has a talk show. I am sorry. How can you have a talk show when your voice is... Oh, am I wrong? You ever seen her interview with celebrity before? It's like, Bradley.